I say, you're children of Bharata. Come on. That's not how becoming of you. Think. Think means, reflect about where you're coming from.
Actually, what that Bharata actually meant in this case?
Well, I think it had to do with some very high level of culture, that the source of your forefathers, were human beings of high quality, the ones that created the nation.
Yeah.
Aryan thing.
Aryan race.
Yeah. So live up to the glory of that. Why do you stoop down to the levels? Now, that's in terms of nationality, whatever, history. Okay, but let's put something more clear. Look at what you are. Look at what you've been exposed to, my God. Live up to that as much as possible. Lead me from the parent for the real, oh Lord. Why? Because I'm reacting to the parent as if it was real. And look at the brood. Anger, anxiety, jealousy, all this stuff that comes out. Now you can say, I'm not going to be jealous anymore. It just pops up somewhere else. You see the idea? And anyway, greed, fear, all the negative emotions.
I still have to go back to the definition here. Do you acquire self-ignorance like, do I acquire self-knowledge? That's the definition here.
Okay, watch this. This is very good question. You see, and I'm going to ask,
What was the question?
do you acquire self-ignorance?
Yeah.
Or do you acquire self-knowledge? Watch this. You see, do you know Chinese?
No,
When did you acquire that ignorance of Chinese?
just now.
No, maybe you didn't know that there was such a thing as Chinese, but you've always been ignorant of Chinese, isn't it?
That's right.
So, so Chinese is what? Beginningless ignorance. In other words, it always was there, wasn't it? Now, can you gain knowledge of Chinese?
Yes.
Yeah, of course you can. Yeah, you can. You apply yourself, you learn that before you know, you start talking funny. Isn't it?
Go to the internet and start.
Okay, watch this. So self-ignorance is not acquired.
Okay.
It has no beginning, but it has end. And what is the end?
As soon as I
Knowledge.
get knowledge,
Self-knowledge.
like light in the dark.
No, that's a different example. Self-ignorance has no beginning, but it has an end. And how do you end it? Through knowledge. Self-knowledge.
I don't understand. It has no beginning.
Well, what did I ask him about Chinese? When did he start not knowing Chinese?
But there was ignorance, right? So it began there, right?
Was there a day, a time, a particular, when he said, now right now, I've just become ignorant of Chinese? No. It's always been the ignorance of Chinese, isn't it?
Oh, okay.
So it has no beginning, but it has an end. So it's no insult to me that I am self-ignorant. That's no insult to me. That's a fact. Okay, let's just say. Am I going to be ashamed for that? I'm not going to be ashamed for that. But then I'm going to have to live with the brood that this brings about. Now, do I want to continue with the brood that it brings about? No. Why? Because, you see, every time I have the consequences of self-ignorance, I suffer. Jealousy, do I suffer? Do I want to get rid of it? Yes. Fear. Do I suffer? Yes. Anger, do I suffer? Yes. Do I want to get rid of it? Yes. So that means that all this, the brood of self-ignorance, is something that I want to get rid of. Now, when I'm okay, when in me there is love, do I want to get rid of it?
No.
So then my nature must be what? Love. When I discover something and I become aware of something, that's it, I want to get rid of it? No. It's just knowledge. It's not something you... So then I must be, this awareness. So I need to come home and gain the knowledge of myself, because everything points out that I might be that free from ignorance person. So then the pursuit is, my life now is dedicated to the pursuit of self-knowledge. And then does it mean I have to study the scriptures? No. You do it in the course of living. You just bring forth the knowledge. Let the knowledge, bless you. Until eventually you stay there. In the meantime, at the beginning, you and I have to have Shraddha, faith in that. Shraddha. Have to have faith in that. The Shastra says this. The Shruti says that. And the Shruti is like my mother. My Shruti becomes like my mother. I take the Shruti as my mother. And I trust the Shruti. And he says that about me. And I say, Mother, I'll bank on that. Yes. Trust it. You have to trust this. This is pramana. The Shruti is a pramana. You trust it, and then when you trust it, then you relax, and then this becomes self-evident eventually to you. In the meantime, you bank on that and you won't trust. And then when you see the mind doing a particular thing again, another brood, then you bring back the Shruti, the knowledge. You say, Mother, you told me different. This is funny. I know what's going on. Yes, garbage in, garbage out. No problem. Until eventually, the mind becomes so purified that then, in the moment of teaching, you drop the not self and you abide in the self. As a matter of fact, the self that was already there becomes self-evident to you. And then when you don't care. You don't care. Because if you worry too much about it, it's like you worry too much about, I'm going to perform here. You don't perform because you worry too much about it. You see the idea? You relax. Just put yourself in the lap of your mother Shruti. See, that's a beautiful thing.
Mm-hmm.
Now for that, of course, there are certain things. Antakarana Shruti and all that. So you take dharma and all that. You make it, because it's also a Shruti. Okay? You watch your tongue, you watch your thoughts, you watch your actions. It's called self-discipline. And ere long, this will pan out. How do you say Americans? It will pan out. But I should not be ashamed because I have self-ignorance. As a matter of fact, now that I know, it's amazing that I have self-ignorance. It's amazing that I have self-ignorance. It's amazing for me to be hoodwinked, and I saw the guy flying, and the guy was flying. Amazing. It's a beautiful show, It's amazing, For me to take myself as this jiva, which is limited, mortal, is just amazing when the fact is completely the opposite. It's amazing. Isn't it? It's amazing to see the sun come up. And to be hoodwinked to think that it does come up.
Yes.
It's amazing. So you just laugh at all. You have no shame. Because you don't beat yourself up for it. You say, my God, but look at the blue. And I say, wait a second. It is due to self-ignorance. But now I know it's due to self-ignorance. I need to know. I need to come home, But now, Lord, look at this, my God. You did such a great show that I take myself to be separate. There's gaps between me and the world. I'm separate from everything. And when I'm not, and I can seem to see through it. I saw another one of those, how do you call this, wiggle type of thing on a magazine. There's an advertising on I think Mechanic, this book. So I knew what the advertising was, and the whole page was the wiggles. Those electronic wiggles, they make all those wiggles. Then if I couldn't see it, I did all kinds of things. Oh my God! I even went to the bathroom to see in the quiet to the bathroom. I could do it. I kept on looking at it, I kept on looking.